Could you talk about your sense of second chances? And I know on a personal level how generous you've been to me, but where the sense comes from your faith and your background and your understanding that addiction is a disease that's not treated behind bars.
Well, I mean, I think it's even broader than that, right? I mean, we all make mistakes every day. We all do. And you know, I was actually in church yesterday, and the homily yesterday in church was about the strength you need to forgive. That many people think there's a strength in holding grudges and exacting revenge. But the priest yesterday was talking to us in church about the strength you need to forgive. And it just reinforced to me yesterday what I felt all along, which is that we all make mistakes all the time. And that the capacity to be able to forgive and give people who want a second chance, who are willing to work for a second chance, that second chance is something that there but for the grace of God go I. And we should feel that every day. And so from my perspective, it is rooted in my faith, but it's more than that. It's much more than that because it's rooted in my everyday experience. The mistakes I've made, the mistakes people in my family have made and friends have made, and watch them pay the price for those mistakes. So the question is, if someone, if someone doesn't want to be helped, it's very difficult to help them. And if someone doesn't want a second chance and work for it, it's hard for you to give it to them. But for those people who just need some help, who need counseling, who need addiction therapy, to be able to deal with the things that led them to their mistake, we have to be willing to reach out a hand to those folks. No matter what, I talk about this in the context of what a lot of people in my party talk about as a pro-life position. And it seems to me that if you're pro-life, you got to be pro-life for the entire life, not just when they're in the womb. And it's easy, it seems to me, to be pro-life when you're in the womb. They haven't done anything to disappoint us. They haven't done anything to fail themselves or us. The kid who's sitting in a jail cell in Hudson County, strung out on heroin, having stolen from his parents or his grandparents, having robbed a liquor store, having done the awful things that he did or she did to feed their addiction. It's harder to be in favor of that life. But that child is one of God's creations just as much as anybody else, and we have to be there for that person as well.